Now, this whole unit should just pop out. There we go. And we'll unhook it on the inside from the wiring harness. And here it is on the inside. And of course you have the plug here for the license plate light. And you have your turn signals to unplug right here. And you have one other set of turn signals to unplug. And those are right, you got to reach in there a little bit, but they're right here. So I'm going to unplug those. And voila, the whole unit is out. Normally, this year comes with a full red tail lens. This one is clear on the side. I think the back had been wrecked, and so they stuck this on. We're going to install one of these that we have on the other scooter that we already installed some sockets right here and right here that go to the sides, so we can move the tail lights up here and remove these, or the turn signals from here up into here. And we'll show you this unit. Remove the bolts from one side to the other. Pretty easy. Oop, that's down. And we have this one over here still to remove. Loosening the nut with my finger. It's a little tight to get in there. Socket probably be better. Nice. Just comes right out. This is the lens we're going to install, and what we did is we got some single filament plugs from the local auto parts store, and we hot glued those in. But before we did that, we needed a ground wire, so we took everything out of the unit and we attached a ground wire by soldering it to it. What we did is we sanded it down, and we heated that actually with a torch, and then we hot glued it in from this side, from the other side, and then pushed it into the hot glue, and then we put hot glue on this side to hold it in to be sure it doesn't move. These two wires that come off this turn signal, the one that comes off of ground is going to go into your green wire, and the other one is either going to go into your blue, light blue, or your orange wire for your left or turn signal, as you can see here. And the other turn signal is hooked up right here. We've done something a little bit more unique to this one here. Is we installed this here is just an LED light that we have hooked up to the brake light. Since we do so much riding at night, this thing is pretty bright when you're directly behind it. Give us a little bit more visibility when we hit our brakes. So now what we're going to do is just go ahead and put this back together. We're going to run the wiring harness back down here, and we're going to drop the LED light down through here. The LED light's going to be mounted right there, and we hook the license plate light up, and we start putting it all back together. And of course we can't forget about the one on top. As soon as we get this in, we'll plug the wiring harness in and test it. We got everything assembled. It's in place. We just haven't closed it up. So before we close it up, we're going to go ahead and test this. Alright, appears to be working fine. What else we want to test is the brake light. Brake light works. Now, assemble the lens. When you're putting the lens on, what you need to be careful, what you need to be aware of is you need to push the ends in a little bit because it has a little edge here. And this edge goes on the inside right here. And a lot of the way this was originally when we got the scooter, this was actually hooked on the outside of the body, and that's wrong. So remember to push the lens in a little bit and make sure that it slides correctly into the case, into the housing, and that's pretty good right there. And of course the button that goes up in here. There we go. We're going to use some double-sided tape for this LED light that comes on when you hit the brakes. We're going to install it right there. And moving in reverse, the two body bolts up here. That about does it for the turn signals. We may end up installing a LED flasher and change all of these lights out to LEDs to get a different flash, and it makes it more visible when making left and right turns and people to see you. But that concludes the turn signals and the modifications we do to the turn signals.